online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. A broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 30-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just stinks, but you don't have to worry about that anymore thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check our website, sportsbroadcast.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight, that time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, We also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks, but you don't have to worry about that anymore thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions as we are here today for Chicago City taking on Des Moines. I'm joined right here to my left, Cade Hagan. And Cade, this is a huge game for you guys against Des Moines, who have been the standard of USL 2 for the past few years. What are the keys for tonight in order to come out and pull a good result?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is for sure that, we just stick to our game plan. Haven't heard too much about Des Moines, but, I heard they're a pretty solid team, and we know it's going to be a good matchup. But the most important thing is just stick to what we know, play good football. And, I think if we do that, stick to our strengths, and, I feel like we can come out with some points.
Given the fact this is your second game this year on the campaign, how difficult is it for you guys to sort of adjust and play together, considering you guys are coming from all across the country?
Yeah, for sure that's always a challenge when a lot of new guys come in. But, to be honest, past couple of weeks in training, the guys gelled pretty well, and we've been playing together, getting along. So, honestly, I feel like even though it's the second game, I'm feeling pretty strong with these guys.
Okay, I wish you the best of luck tonight as we are soon getting ready for the play-by-play commentary in a little bit.
Is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
Another at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks, but you don't have to worry about that anymore thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of potential college scholarship, significantly less than these recruiting services, got this. In addition, we put together highlight reams, including your club full team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me. Took the opportunity. Saw where the goalie was weak and just shot it.
Solon, Connor, and Marsh. Defense gets we got a breakaway. A shot. So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by
Please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Lions for Hope Sports Complex, home of your Chicago City. Tonight, Chicago City welcomes their USL 2 opponent, the Moines Menace. Here is the starting 11 for the visitors. Number 1, Ryan Troutman. Number 2, Jesse Williams. Number 3, Corey Cupid. Number 5, Diego Canick. Number 7, Miguel Rodriguez. Number 10, Lagos Canuga. Number 12, Luca Nedick. Number 14, Henry Zanch. Number 18, Elliot Gorthorpe. Number 20, Haruki Yamazaki. And number 26, Adrian Yamiro. And now, the starting 11 for your Chicago City. Number 6, Axel Alejandre.
Number 7, Ernest Mensa Jr. Number 10, Bryce Blevins. Number 11, Sammy Giraffe. Number 18, Lucas Endor. Number 19, Oscar Duesco. Number 21, Matthew Sononu. Number 22, Ernest Balwa. Number 23, Kid Hagan. Number 24, Juan Gutierrez. And number 43, Jackson Quayman. Now, are you ready?
Good evening, everybody. It is 6:59.
We're good.
USL
He can't zoom in for this. We have to just
Lawson, it's your debut on play-by-play commentary for Chicago City SC Soccer. So have a good one. It should be a good match tonight as Des Moines is 4-0 on the season. Chicago trying to pull off the upset.
Absolutely, Kyle. This is going to be an absolutely wonderful match and a big test here for Coach Charlie Latchell and the Chicago City SC crew to figure out and see if they can be one of the most intimidating semi-professional soccer clubs in the entire nation in Moines Menace. They have been on an absolute tear for the past couple of years, having gone undefeated in the regular season for the past 2 seasons, have not lost a regular season match since June 30th of 2021 in regular season. So it would be a big test here to see if all these players are ready to meet an intimidating opponent.
Taking the kick, the Chicago City number 19, Oscar Duesco. Here we go. It's Chicago City in the blue against Des Moines in the black.
Already an early penalty there for Chicago City. Des Moines will have an opportunity here. The yellow already given against City. Early booking. Not even a single minute into this match. Obviously, the City players here are upset about that one, but Des Moines now has an opportunity to score very early on here. Close right on that very edge of the box. City setting up a very sneaky maneuver here, having an action behind the back line there. Lining up quickly to Des Moines is number 18 there, Elliot Goldberg. He had one goal in his last match when they played at Dutch Lions just 2 days ago.
Yeah, he was the guy that head coach Charlie Latchell there told us to look out for, one of the best players, if not the best player in the Heartland Conference. Look, you're 4-0 for a reason. Bill Parcells always told us you are what your record says you are. This is the team to beat in Heartland. It's up to Chicago to get it done at home.
Goldberg's kick, not quite enough there, but a sucker there for Chicago City SC. That's really a tough scene there, but Juan Gutierrez did win for the team there, right there in the middle. In his second season for Chicago City SC.
Yeah.
It's clearly visibly hurt.
Right.
So. Yeah.
It's going to hurt. That's why some soccer players will wear the protective gear. It's going to hurt when you're hit right in the ball, but you have to take one for the team. If you're not going to take one for the team, you got to get out of the way quickly and help your goalkeeper see the ball so it's not screened out in front.
So yet another set piece coming up here for Des Moines. They had this corner screaming in the middle, but easily supported away. Gutierrez was sitting on that header and shift away, but already, Kyle, we're seeing that Des Moines clearly has interesting positions there on the far side of the field to be able to keep this ball in Chicago territory. That was easily picked up by Jackson.
Right in that breadbasket of Jackson Wade for Chicago partner, they're going to have to get the ball past midfield consistently today. You're deep into your own territory against Des Moines. Only way you're going to finish the match with a decent result 0-5 because you're constantly in your own end. You want to constantly be across the field. Keep the pressure on Des Moines. Don't think about it.
They're already doing so yet again for tonight. We'd expect Chicago City to actually be able to well against that balance attack as they also took the 4-3 that Coach as well. But a lot of very physical play there on the far side of the field. Not too much going on by the refs on their side of the ball.
Right. You have to determine, did the guy fall in his own accord? Did he fall after contact was made? Before contact was made? Did he fall in his own accord? There's a lot of things you have to think about. Here's the other thing too, Austin. What you call now is what you have to call at the end of the match. You can't make changes of how you call free kicks and penalty kicks going forward in the match. Whatever you call right now is what you call at the 92nd minute.
That's the contract for any referee to just be consistent, no matter how you call it. Easily picked up there by the captain, Corey Cupid, for keep it there! Keep it there! That's a shot. On that near side post. Early interception there by Des Moines. It's a shot and the first goal of the match belongs to number 10 for Des Moines, Lagos Cunha. Already just 5 minutes into this match, it is 1-0 for Des Moines. And City is already reeling after a relentless pressure.
It's just not the way you're going to beat this team. You've got to get the ball out quickly. When you keep doing things like that, constantly in your own end, against a team like Des Moines with goal throw leading the attack, they're going to score goals. It doesn't matter who's between the pipes. Jackson Wayman's a great goalie, but when you're constantly deep in your own territory against a team that's very good, talented, and Des Moines, you're going to be down 1-0, and that's what happened in Chicago City early on.
It certainly was. And you have to look at Jackson Wayman there. All in the right position, but that was such a beautiful shot. Lagos Cunha can get it away from him, bend it towards that far right side of the post, get it in, but Wayman, the USL, recent player there, get the best position. And now, Response will go back to City to see if they can find a way to respond early on in this match. Let's go.
Out in the field, partner for Chicago City, you'd love to get the 3 points. This is their second match. You did for Des Moines. You'll take the 1. And for Chicago, now you're playing down 1. So you're just trying to get 1 goal at a time and playing excellent defense at the same time. But at the same time, you can't be too concerned on defense. If you're constantly in your own end and not being aggressive, sending the ball downwards, it's going to allow Des Moines to feel more at ease.
Passes right there in the midfield are going to be critical for Chicago City to see to be able to maintain that pressure as Des Moines trying to find something on that far side edge of the pitch. City's able to thwart that one easily, get that away, but still, relentless pressure from the Menace, staying on that ball. A big cross comes over towards this near side. Third quarter's following, excuse me.
It's better offensively by Chicago City getting the ball deep in Des Moines territory. Now it's the next step, baby steps. You don't want to feel overwhelmed. The standings would tell you, yes, this team is better than us, but at the same time, you are at home, so you know this pitch more than Des Moines. Constantly keep the pressure on them, get shots at that 90-degree angle, anything less than 45 degrees. You don't want the pressure on Des Moines.
Exactly. So especially with this being a rugby pitch, you would expect to see a lot more interplay on the middle parts of the field, as it is a much skinnier pitch than you would expect from typical soccer dimensions, as this is still a very beautiful complex for Alliance for Hope Sports Complex.
And you don't want to play it too much on the near sideline because the rope is about 10 meters away, so it does get dangerous for those slide tackles on the sideline. Chicago knows that a little bit more than Des Moines, so Chicago's going to play it closer to the far sideline and towards the middle of the pitch versus the near sideline.
Certainly so, and especially even though that far sideline does have those benches just right there, very close to those end lines, you would definitely expect them to keep maintaining the pressure on that side particularly, especially with those coaches being right there to be able to talk to them in any sort of scenario. But that one goes out already for Des Moines. It'll be an easy goal kick coming up for Jackson Wayman. But, you know, Kyle, for moving forward in this match, although City is already down 1-0 early on, what exactly are some of the things that they need to change moving forward to continue, like you mentioned earlier, to put those balls closer towards the opposing goalkeeper and Ryan Troutman?
Quicker passes, keep Des Moines off their toes, and be creative with the passes. Sometimes in soccer, what you'll see a midfielder pass to another midfielder and then loop around him.
Be creative with your passes. Keep Des Moines on their toes and have them second guess what you're doing. If you're just passing back and forth, not being creative, not moving around, station to station soccer is not going to be the way to beat Des Moines tonight.
Certainly so. These quick, clean passes right here on the near side are something that you would expect Chicago City to do. Crowd around that ball and not allow Menace to actually have any sort of open lanes to find any sort of striking positions available. But now we see City moving back towards their own area just to be able to regroup, refocus, and retool and get the ball back over towards that opposing goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's definitely by design. Wayman's got a decent boot. Not the hang time you'd love, but he's got a nice line drive kick. And like I said, they want to clear it quickly, and they want to get the ball down into Des Moines' territory quickly, so they're constantly keeping the pressure on their defenders, and hopefully they'll start making mistakes with their passes. Chicago will steal, and will lead to shots on goal.
Exactly. So, and with the amount of D1 players that you will see on the pitch, especially in this match, you would certainly expect players such as Ernest Mensah, who was one of the speediest players that City had in the last win that they were playing in with Springfield. You would expect to see players like him screaming down the pitch for any kind of long crosses that we saw just a few minutes ago. And so any opportunities that might have in that sort of scenario would be something they want to have. But Wayman, yet again, with another goal kick coming up here. You have to imagine that he'll try and send these balls as far as he can anytime he has these goal kick opportunities. As City looks to get in front of that one. The ref stopping play on that one. That'll go against Des Moines. Chicago will have an opportunity here as the ref continues to talk about what just occurred there. That foul occurred on Cade Hagan, one of the better forwards that City has in this match. And now after some clarification from the referee, Ernest Bauer on that far side and Hagan will be lined up right next to that marker spot that the ref has there. And you have to imagine now for City going forward with this opportunity that they will have to be able to get some sort of pressure against Troutman, who really has not had too much going his way relatively, but we'll see what they can do. Here's a far strike just off the top of the post there for Ernest Bauer. Didn't go the way that he planned.
Yeah, it was a nice try,
great
but
shot opportunity.
Yeah, get the shots on net, keep peppering the goalie, keep pestering him. You want to get that nice shot, but a team like Des Moines, you're not going to get that perfect shot. So anything within 45 degrees, 90 degrees, you're looking to shoot. Anything less than that, you're looking for one more pass and then a one-timer on net.
Absolutely, and that ball goes out off against City. Haruki Yamazaki will be the one to throw that in for Des Moines. Here on this near side of the pitch, you'll see Ernest Mensah facing up against Yamazaki. An interesting battle that could be occurring throughout this entire match. We'll have to see how City responds. And a tough tackle there by City allows another goal kick to happen there. Not too much pressure against Jackson Wayman there in the back of the net. He'll have another big opportunity to send that ball towards the Des Moines side of the pitch. Both teams now regrouping, hoping to see if they can find any more room for long sprints down this Lions for Hope Sports Complex pitch. A big header confused there almost a little bit in the middle was Oscar Dueso, able to retain it, but Yamazaki has it here on the near side, sending it forward for Des Moines. This could be a big opportunity, but he is called offside.
Yeah, that's lackluster offense there. You gotta know where you are at the pitch at all times. You're up 1-0, but you don't want to keep giving the ball back to Chicago. Know where you are at the pitch at all times. Cherry picking like that's not going to do your team any good.
Now Bawa taking over the side, gives it over to Mensah here on the near side. Finding it again for Bawa, close to that end line there, playing against it, but Des Moines quickly pushes it away. This will be a corner coming up for City. And to do those honors, it'll be Bryce Blevins, number 10 for City, a Michigan player. 15 games started for him in just last season. He had 1 goal and 2 assists in his campaign. during his time in Michigan. So we'll have to see what he can do here on this corner kick 14 minutes into this match. Sending it far and away. That's a high arcing shot there after a header. After a collision there near the goalkeeper. Referee says against City, that'll be now advantage for Des Moines as a player is down right in front of the net.
Chicago's lucky to not be called for a yellow card there. It's zero tolerance policy against the keeper. And we saw an issue on Friday night where the opposing fans, Springfield fans, were calling for the red card on the header towards the goalkeeper for Chicago City, and they did not call the red card there. Should have been called a yellow, and I saw it yesterday. They called a red card against the goalkeeper for going at the ball, but he missed the ball, and he slid tackle the legs, and they called a red card outside the box. So it's zero tolerance policy, both for the goalies and the goalies going at the forwards.
Exactly. It is always a 50-50 situation when you see those high headers actually occur right inside that 6-yard box. But now City again finding themselves a little bit more into the Des Moines territory. They seem to be finding a little bit better footing, trying to right the ship after having that early goal go against them not 5 minutes into this match. Now after some setup here, Bawa gives it onto the far side of the pitch there. Cade Hagan, one of the recipients, but quickly pushed away by Des Moines. Matthew Sonano back there for the Chicago defense. Couldn't quite catch up to that one, so it'll be an easy goal kick coming up for Jackson Wayman. You know, partner, so far we're only 15 minutes into this match now. What exactly does Chicago City, what have you seen from them that's improved from early on in this match that they may not have done earlier?
They're getting the ball down quicker. They're allowing their goalkeeper on these goal kicks. They trust in him, getting the ball down quick. He's not great on the hang time, but he gets it down the pitch quicker than some of the other goalkeepers on the Chicago City team. Quicker passes and creativity with the dribbling, which is keeping these defenders second-guessing what's happening and allows passes out in front.
And a great save there by Jackson Wayman, getting right in front of that pass. Matthew Sonanu was traveling right against some of those strikers for Des Moines. But good heady play there by Wayman to get in front of that ball and not allow Goldthorpe an opportunity to shoot.
That would have been the game. If they had scored there, I don't see Chicago scoring 3 unanswered goals. Could they have scored 2 unanswered and kept Des Moines at bay the rest of the night? It's possible, but highly unlikely. So for Chicago, if you're going to win this match, you'd likely want to score twice, not give up any more Des Moines goals. If Des Moines is going to score again for Chicago, you're thinking a 2-2 draw.
Certainly so, partner. And with them having an undefeated season just last year and already undefeated again this year, if you're Chicago, at the very least, you would be overjoyed if you can at least come away in this match with a tie. So anything to amount to a tie or a draw, per se, would be something that would be absolutely monumental. As we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, that Des Moines has not been defeated in regular play in almost 2 years, partner.
Yeah, defend your home turf. Get as many wins as you can on your home turf. And then, at the very least, tie on the road. Obviously, if you can win as many road matches, do that. But try to avoid having a bad road record. I hate to make the analogy to other sports, but that's what did in the Golden State Warriors this year. Just a terrible road record. It hurt them in the playoffs. If you can find a way to be 500 or better on the road, games like this, you're at home, you know the pitch more than Des Moines. If you can figure out a way to get a draw, it's going to help your chances of making the postseason.
Absolutely. And with this being the Windy City, you can already feel this cool, calm breeze going over this beautiful day, really, this magnificent Sunday for Memorial Day weekend. Right. And you would have to imagine these players are keeping that factor in mind as Des Moines tries to make a push there in the middle of the box. But over there on the far side is Juan Gutierrez yet again for the Chicago defense, getting in front of that one. Bawa and Yamazaki are still going at it there on the near side, trying to figure out who actually had possession right as it went out there on the midline. But the referee does rule it for Chicago as a throw-in. Ernest Mensah will be the one to do the honors. So, partner, if we are Chicago City SC, you have to imagine that they're going to try and continue these short passes that they've done, getting those triangular formations to not allow the Des Moines Menace to actually be able to intercept it. But really, those long crosses have worked only a couple of times this far.
They sure have. And for Chicago City, look, try to get the ball away from the center when you're on defense. When you're on offense, once you get inside that 40 meter, so the 40 meter is that little crosser, dotted lines that you see, and then the 22 is the straight line. So when you get inside the 22 meter, shoot right away. And then when you get inside the 40, quick passes to get it out in front, help out your forwards, give them confidence so they can feel confident shooting at the 20 meter instead of the 10 meter.
Now Des Moines playing a much more concerned attack here, trying to find any avenues to score as that ball comes screaming toward us here on the near side. That will go out of bounds, ruled off of City. But Des Moines is moving too quickly there as Corey Cupid has almost upset the ref there as he tried to get that throw in a little too quick there, partner, for the captain. So now Des Moines will elect another player for a throw in there. It'll be Yamazaki.
It's never when you're ready, it's when the ref's ready. But look, sometimes refs are ready for those kind of quick throw-ins. Other times, it really just depends how in shape the refs are. We have some decent ones. Most of these refs are in shape, but not as good as the MLS refs.
Certainly so. And Des Moines trying to make an attack there, but easily picked up by Mensa Jr.
Yeah,
now City retaining possession. That was a great move to get in front of that ball. That could have been a scary opportunity.
True. I would have liked to see Mensa clear it, but I can understand why Chicago wants to maintain possessions. But the problem is when you try to go coast to coast on a team that's quite possibly more talented than you in Des Moines, that's asking a lot of your defense to do that for 90 minutes, going coast to coast all the time instead of shooting it down the pitch and hoping that your forwards have the speed to get the pass.
Certainly so. And so now we still have some more player arguments against the refs there as that pass went right out of bounds on near that midline, trying to figure out who actually retains possession on this one. It looks like the refs are going to elect City to have this throw-in coming up.
It's big. Anytime that Chicago can steal possessions, and I say steal possessions because
excuse me, partner. It looks like Des Moines will actually be the ones.
Now for Chicago, you're only down one, but being down two, it's such a difference. So when you get into problems, especially at midfield, it's not the worst thing in the world if you get beat on the play and there's a guy and you're about to be double teamed to kick it out, get back on defense. If you play around with it on the sideline and it gets stolen, that's even worse because you weren't able to set your defense. At least on a throw-in, you have a couple of seconds, sometimes 30 seconds, to set your D and possibly get a steal after the throw-in.
Exactly so. And now Cupid over there in the middle trying to steal that one away as he gave it over to Miguel Rodriguez on that far side. The Menace looking to make another big attacking move. Sprinting towards the middle, a shot there, easily picked up by Wayman as he quickly throws it away over towards another player on the far side for City. That'll be Cade Hagan to being the recipient, but he couldn't quite hold onto that one.
Yeah, he got too cute with it.
Coming up for Des Moines.
Like I said, when you get inside the 22, now it was a tough angle. It was about a 30-degree angle shot, but Wayman was back. So if you'd done a little tap kick, it would have either gone into the net or it would have been sent to a forward that could have headed it in. When you wait too long and you're 8 meters or closer to the goal, it's harder to get that ball up in the air. So you want to shoot it inside the 22. 10 to the 20 meter is the hot spot of where you want to shoot.
Exactly so. And that was certainly a tough angle there for Lagos Kunga, who was the one trying to shoot that one on that last play. But, you know, if he can find a way to bend it again like he did for that early goal, it can certainly work out for him. But those angles are always just so tough to be able to work for your actual side. But now Des Moines throwing it back in the middle, quickly intercepted there by City on the far side. Looking to regroup there in the middle and attempt for a big pass as screaming down the pitch is Ernest Mensah, looking for someone in the middle. Wasn't quite ready for that one. Menace easily picked that one up. And a good heady play by the center midfielders there for Des Moines. The City attempting to regain their composure and strike again, but Des Moines, now it's just a bit of a back and forth affair as Goldthorpe looking to have another opportunity for a shot on goal. But he was picked up easily there on the far side.
Yeah, but it's a corner kick, so it's still a loss for Chicago. At the end of the day, if you can beat Goldthorpe to his spot,
if you can tap it back to Wayman and he can cover it up, that's more of a win for Chicago. Now, that's risky because if you don't get enough on that pass and there's a forward coming in from behind you, they can steal and get the shot on net. But, yeah, a corner kick with Goldthorpe leading the way, it's still not good for Chicago.
Certainly so, especially with this type of team partner. It's a bit of a darned if you do, darned if you don't sort of scenario like you were mentioning. So if I'm City, I'm still happy that at least Des Moines is now having to be forced to a corner. This is now being bounced around a header. Shot towards the goal. Looked good for a second there, but easily picked up by City. Wayman touches that one over the top of the crossbar. That will be out on City.
That's
and you would assume that a corner kick would be coming up.
Right, but was the goalkeeper touched? And how much was he touched? If it was a full push, it's a red card. If it was inadvertent, it's a yellow card. If he didn't touch him at all, it's nothing, and it's a corner kick. And that's what Chicago's arguing. Any kind of touch, it's our ball plus a yellow because it's zero tolerance policy against the goalkeeper.
Exactly so, and it seems as though the refs are electing to not pursue any sort of booking or anything like that against Des Moines, and they'll have yet another corner, this time on the far side, going into the middle. Bendit easily picked up by City, headed out. With Des Moines now trying to strike again. Not quite the kind of kick you would expect for the Menace to have there on the far side. Not a great shot opportunity there.
I think it was more of a crosser, and that's what makes this game so difficult. It's easy to play armchair. More on that hang time. Why couldn't he keep it in the air? When you're trying to volley it, it's hard to get it up in the air. So usually the volley kicks when it's off the turf, you're trying to get it more on net. But yeah, if he had got it up in the air, it would have helped out his forward for the header. But darned if you do, darned if you don't situation. When you're more than 20 meters away from the goal, unless you've got Ronaldo or Messi kicking it, you'd like to kick it back to a forward, have them regroup at the 30-meter.
Exactly, and it was a very athletic move by Menace to be able to get that leg all the way up there and get that attempt for a cross, but really not working up. And as a player is down for City, it looks to be Oscar DeWeso there in the middle. Seems to be roughed up after colliding with another Menace player. He's already sitting up. We hope that he's okay there.
By the way, the text line's open. Your favorite high school, college, or MLS memory, you can text 330-957-7653. All FCC regulations do apply.
After some discussion now, the refs will elect for Chicago to have possession on this one. Sammy Sharaf will have an opportunity for a kick here. Now you wonder if they will actually put it towards some players on the far side, and they do. Not quite the angle that they were looking for, but a good attempt there to continue to put pressure for Des Moines on against their actual box. Already 26 minutes into this match. Now for Chicago, another defensive maneuver to try and get that ball out of there. Just quickly trying to get it away from Wayman and not have to pressure him too much, but another corner coming up for Des Moines. And yet again, it will be Elliot Goldthorpe, the one to do the corner kick honors. And partner already just 27 minutes into this match. This could be yet another golden opportunity for Menace. A low corner kick there, kicked out of bounds. Off of City, we'll have another redo here.
Clear it, and once you clear it, get it down the pitch or out of bounds. Don't play around with it once you steal the ball. There's a lot of speed with these midfielders for Des Moines once you steal it off the corner kick.
That's right, another corner kick easily picked up there by Jackson Wayman there in the middle. Nice move by him. Easily securing it in his mitts. Now City able to have yet another big moment for possession here. Can they capitalize and find a way to equalize this game? Moving there towards in the middle is Bryce Blevins on the near side, but easily picked up by Henry Sack for Des Moines. And Sack elects to give it back over to Ryan Troutman in the middle, attempting to see if he can get that farther down the pitch, as majority of the Des Moines players are still on their own side, not really looking to be too aggressive here after scoring so early on.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be too aggressive with it, but at the same time, for Chicago, anything you get towards the net, you want to shoot just like that. Goal!
Absolutely, and a beautiful shot there for Chicago City FC. That is Sammy Sharaf. He equalizes against Des Moines Menace, just their second goal allowed in this season. In the 28th minute, Chicago City SC has found a way to equalize against the intimidating Des Moines Menace. A beautiful shot there by Sami Sharaf, the Moroccan national.
Sami Sharif, number 11.
There you go. A goal like that, it helps you out going forward. Now Des Moines has to think about it a little bit. It's a long drive, by the way, from Des Moines to Chicago. So after everything that was going well for Des Moines, all that matters is the final score. Chicago ties it up. All you need now is one more and a fantastic defensive effort, and you steal 3 points at home.
Absolutely. The central midfielder, Sami Sharaf, you have to imagine that he's feeling extra happy after that goal, as he is a former Menace player. And so playing against his former club, you have to imagine that that one feels extra sweet, getting that one. And so now you have yet again a level playing field, Kyle. Chicago City SC able to equalize against one of the best USL League Two teams in majority of the league's history, going all the way back to the Professional Development League.
As Wayman takes that one. Yeah, for Chicago, you've only seen one match out of them. So Des Moines didn't have a lot in terms of scouting. They've seen their college games, but they haven't seen all of these guys play on one team for Chicago City SC. So they haven't seen the chemistry that Chicago's built in practices. So Chicago kind of has that advantage because they've seen 4 games of Des Moines with this same lineup. Well, enough of these players, they rotate positions during the season. But they have more game film to work with than Des Moines has. Also, Des Moines doesn't know this pitch like Chicago has. So even though Des Moines might be more talented than Chicago, Chicago has some advantages that Des Moines doesn't have.
Certainly, and especially with Sami Sharaf on that last goal that he just had. It was really a right place at the right time as the ball was able to get passed towards him over in the middle. He had an amazing opportunity for a shot as Des Moines attempts to get it far in the box, but City easily picks that one up. The back line for City is able to pick that one up and kick it out of bounds towards the midline. Now a throw-in coming up for Menace. So there on that far side of the pitch again is Juan Gutierrez for the defense for Chicago, doing all that he can to not allow Menace any more room towards their own box. So it looks like Jackson Wayman will be the one to do the honors for the kick here after the ref elects for him. So, partner, now that we have an equalized match here, what exactly would you expect for Coach Latshaw moving forward in terms of not only just having these through passes in the middle, keeping it short and clean, but what else do you think we would be able to see going on for this match?
I'd like to see some of the midfielders get back on defense a little bit quicker. I'd like for Chicago to kind of mix things up. Sometimes you bring midfielders back to play a little conservative. Sometimes you send midfielders up to go on offense. Change things up. Keep Des Moines second guessing. Stuff that you worked in practice that you do well is what you want to show on the pitch tonight.
Absolutely. As we see Ernest Bawa there making some heady moves against Des Moines. Ruled out there. That'll be a corner coming up for City. And speaking of Ernest Bawa, the UNC player had 14 games started in just last season. He alone had 3 goals for that team and contributed 1 assist as well. So we'll have to see if he'll be able to get in on the scoring action for this game as well, as he had some beautiful maneuvers there against the Menace defense. And yet again there, partner, we see City and Des Moines playing on that far midfield approach on the pitch. As now Ryan Troutman will be the one to kick it over back towards the Menace defense.
Yeah, you can see Des Moines. I'm not going to say they look discombobulated, but it's taken them more time to get the ball up than we saw the first 10 minutes of the match. That was a beautiful pass, though. Just got too much on it. But, yeah, you can see that Chicago, after scoring that goal, they definitely have the momentum. And for Des Moines, they don't look as crisp with the passes as we saw the first 10 minutes. Now, soccer is a very long game. So all that matters is Des Moines has to score 1 more goal and not give up any more. But how do they do that? Do the things that they did well in the first 10 minutes. And the old saying that Vince Lombardi said, perfect practice makes perfect. So whatever Chicago and Des Moines have done in practice that's perfect, or close to perfect, that's what they're going to do going forward. They're going to do what they're comfortable with their midfield passing, with their offensive plays past the 22-meter, and the same thing goes for Des Moines.
Absolutely, partner. And as we see there in the midfield, yeah, that'll be an easy call there for the ref on that one. Jersey tugging there by Menace. City will have possession on that one. And it looks as though the referee will be booking Des Moines on that one. It looks as though number 20, Haruki Yamazaki, will be the one to get booked on that one. The first yellow card of this match here.
It's been chippy for both teams, and we saw, remember that kick at the 20-meter that went on net, and it looked like Wayman was touched. They didn't call that. Then we had the opposing side where, in my opinion, I thought it should have been a yellow card against Chicago. I think Chicago got away with that. I think the refs finally know, look, I think we've let too much go. It's starting to get bad. We got to set the precedent, otherwise it's going to get worse.
Certainly so, and it's been a very physical game thus far in this match. I mean, you can definitely tell that obviously the speed alone will help these players get some separation, but overall, there's been a lot of good tackles by both sides to not allow possession there. And a quick shot there by Menace, picked up by Jackson Wayman. Nice maneuver by him to get low on that ground and not allow it into the net.
But Des Moines making the adjustments. Remember we talked about how Lagos, he was too close to the goal when he shot. Des Moines learned that, and their forwards are now shooting. Once they just get inside the 20-meter, they're shooting. As long as it's within that 45-degree angle, they're shooting, and they're hoping for rebounds. They don't get the rebound, but there was so much velocity on that shot, it forces the corner kick, which is what Des Moines is so good at.
Absolutely, and now Des Moines, yet another corner set piece here for them coming up. Having a majority of their strikers and midfielders playing high in the box, but low arcing shot there for them. Not allowed for that to go forward. Now City retains possession on the far side, looking for any opportunities to continue moving that ball towards the net against Ryan Troutman for Menace. So Des Moines trying to regroup here as Corey Cupid gets that one here on the near side. But you have to imagine now Des Moines not necessarily reeling after that, letting up that goal there, but they're definitely going to be thinking about that one quite a lot as we're almost 10 minutes near the end of this first half. 36 minutes already passed in this one. And a big battle there on the far side. That one will be ruled off of Des Moines. City will retain it. That battle was between Cade Hagan and another Menace player on that far side.
The difference between a rugby pitch and a soccer pitch. Rugby, there's not a lot of sideline play. Once the ball goes out, it goes out. Soccer, you'll do those lead passes to the sideline. And for some of these players, Chicago City included, college pitches that have a lot more area past the sideline, it's not here. There's gravel 10 meters away from the near sideline. The far sideline, the benches are, 5 meters away from the far sideline? Yeah. So it's different, and both teams are adjusting, especially for Des Moines that doesn't practice on this pitch. And these are the little things that go into play. That's why football stadiums, baseball stadiums, hockey arenas, there's certain types of home field advantages that can come into play, even with a team like Des Moines 4-0. It affects them a little bit.
Exactly so, and they play at a very nice stadium in Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, and so certainly they know the dimensions are just right for a typical soccer pitch. So coming here to Lions for Hope Sports Complex, any team would have to exactly adjust, like you were saying, for playing on a skinnier pitch, just about the same length for any soccer field. But yeah, this pitch particularly skinny because it is some of these rugby dimensions. So Des Moines still trying to figure that out as they play a lot towards the sidelines, as City has as well.
It's going to be interesting what Elliot Goldthorpe and his Des Moines team does in the second half in terms of adjustments. I'm not going to say they look out of sorts, but they're not playing as crisp as they did the first 10 minutes. And they know, look, it doesn't matter how many times we beat Chicago to the ball, how many more completed passes we do, how many corner kicks we have versus Chicago. All Chicago's got to do is get one cheap goal and play fantastic defense, and they get 3 points and we don't get 0. And for a team that hasn't really struggled at all or faced adversity like Des Moines, that could affect them in the second half.
It certainly could, and just conceding their second goal only on the season, having already played 4 matches, you have to imagine, they would definitely have to find ways to regroup and be able to get Goldthorpe as well as Lagos Kunga, who already scored in this match, some more opportunities for shots on goal. Long through pass there intended for Goldthorpe was given over by Corey Cupid, the captain, but couldn't quite find his intended target.
Right. And now what both teams have to be cognizant of, like I said, we talked about those two plays in both teams' nets, how they didn't call yellow or red cards. Now they've called a yellow card. It's game over now. Anything close, they're probably going to call. So you got to be aggressive, but you have to play within reason. If you play over-aggressive, it's going to lead to yellow and red cards.
It certainly was, and that was a good move there by Jackson Wayman to get up in the air and snatch that ball away from Goldthorpe, the scary striker for the Menace. Now Hagan playing it there in the middle, attempting to get him and his other midfielders for City some more opportunities for quick passes, but the ref is going to stop play on that one. After some disruption by Des Moines, City and themselves will have to stop play on that one, and it'll be a kick coming up for Des Moines.
And players know this, but, you know, it gets heated, adrenaline's pumping. Don't talk back to the ref, because, and that goes for Chicago too, the more you do that, the less calls you get. So you can argue your case, but if you constantly do that, it's not going to help your case later on in the match.
And a big collision there in the middle. City's still able to get this. A big shot coming up. Not quite on the right footing there. City not really able to respond quickly.
It's a nice shot.
It was Lucas Ender. It was a nice shot, just kind of off balance on that one. And it was a great idea to move quickly in that middle and get away from a Menace defender. But, you know, just not quite enough set footing.
And that's the difference when you play a team who's 4-0. You're not going to have a lot of shot opportunities. If this were Springfield, who's not as talented as Des Moines, he probably would have taken a couple extra meters, got closer to the net, or done that stop and start move and then pass it back to a midfielder. Knowing that Des Moines' defense is very stifling, you're not going to have a lot of opportunities. Once you get to the 22 and you're right in front, you're going to have to shoot a lot if you're Chicago.
Exactly. Any open alleys for shots, you have to take those, obviously for either team, but it's certainly for City, as Des Moines is another very talented side that they will be that they are facing for the season.
But Lagos Conga, he is a handful, so Chicago's going to have a body on him at all times when they're on defense.
They absolutely are, and especially with his opening shot there to get in the middle. A shot attempt almost on net, just couldn't quite get the right angle there for the Menace. An opportunity missed by them, and a big sigh of relief if you're a City fan.
It's a good pass. And like I said, for Des Moines, the more you argue, man, it's not going to help your case. It was clean. The goalie wouldn't have pushed off. We'll know. Like I said, we saw it on Sunday afternoon for the Chicago House AC game. They called the red card, and they called it right away on the goalie. So the ref is watching it. He's standing pat. He's in the right spot to watch it. If he doesn't call it, move on. Same thing goes for Chicago. The more you argue your case, and soccer can be a very subjective game when it comes to reffing, you're not going to get calls if you keep doing that.
Exactly. And Miguel Rodriguez was the one on the intended target on that one, but he just couldn't quite get the best angle on that one. But he did have a goal just last match against Dutch Lions, so he obviously wants to make this road trip count and wanted that one badly. But now City trying to respond yet again here, looking to make something happen on that far side of the pitch, easily picked up there by Jesse Williams for Des Moines. Now to do the throw-in will be Juan Gutierrez, one of the stars of the match really for Chicago, although he's not going to be showing up too much on the stat sheet necessarily, but his defense has really been impressive, getting interceptions as well as trying to make it really tough for those Des Moines Menace in the midfield, as this is his second season with Chicago City SC.
Defense and goalkeeping, man, they're kind of thankless positions. You don't see all the highlights on SportsCenter with the goals, but they're very important, and especially in soccer, when you can get the ball out quick and you can set it up for your midfielders, it just changes the game. And you've seen that for Chicago. They're getting the ball up quick, and they're forcing Des Moines into positions they're not used to.
Exactly so. And a player in Juan Gutierrez, you have to give him credit, as he played for UIC in last season, leading the team in minutes with over 1,500 with 16 games started. So obviously a very reliable player for Chicago City SC to have in that back line. Now City trying to play a little, not necessarily conservative, but good, clean passes, trying to make something happen. Now moving a lot quicker there, setting something up there on the far side as a shot, but easily gotten in front of by Des Moines, kicked away quickly by them. It'll be a throw-in coming up for City. and Juan Gutierrez will do the honors there.
If you're wondering a goal that would matter more for either team, I think Chicago needs this goal a little bit more than Des Moines, because Des Moines has a little bit more talent on offense than Chicago does. To score in the 44th or 45th minute, it would force Des Moines in a position they're not used to and would get them thinking about it, and they would feel the pressure. Being tied 1-1, knowing that Chicago hasn't had many opportunities on offense, they know, look, have we played a perfect game tonight? No, but all we got to do is score at least once, and we're getting the 3 points. That's all we want. We want the 3 points. We want to have 15 on the season after tonight. And for Chicago, if you can score again, then you can set up your defense at halftime knowing, hey, we'd love to score again to make it 3-1, but if we're up 2-1, all we need is a picture-perfect defensive effort, and we're going home with 3 points.
Exactly. So for what we've seen earlier or later on in this first half, obviously the defense for Chicago City has picked it up even more so than we saw early on. As the fans here at Lions for Hope Sports Complex were not necessarily happy about that result there, but it'll be a throw-in for Yamazaki and Des Moines Menace. A big play there on the near side for Miguel Rodriguez. That one wouldn't have had too much of a chance as he was right in line with the near post.
I kind of like the idea, but if you're going to do that, you'd like to shoot that towards the far post. See if Wayman can get a piece of it. It deflects out to the right corner, and then you get a rebound try, or it deflects out in front of the net, depending on how well that Jackson Wayman can do his rebound control. But when you just shoot it off the side of the net, it's just a wasted possession. For Des Moines, and for Chicago especially, you're trying to avoid the wasted possessions.
Exactly so, partner. As we approach 46 minutes in this match, you have to imagine, especially with all the stoppages and a couple of goals here, that the refs would be adding at least 3, possibly 4 or more minutes for added time. And so we'll have to see if either team can make advantage of that. On a big shot opportunity, just goes off the top of the crossbar for City. That could have been a goal of epic proportions to get in front of an intimidating Des Moines Menace team. Alejandre there for City, tried to get that in the middle, but couldn't quite find some good footing there in the middle. But City still retaining possession, trying to keep the pressure on against Menace, who are reeling there in their own box. A nice pass there over to Hagan, but intercepted quickly by Menace, and they're going to look to attempt to do the same.
Good opportunity. Just got to capitalize on them. But for Chicago, you'd love to have the 3 points, but you'll take the 1. And for Des Moines, I think Des Moines would love to have the 3 points more than Chicago. You'd love to be 5-0-0 versus the 4-0-1. It's still okay to have the tie, but when you know that you've just done so well this season, you'd love to have the 3 over the 1. And for Chicago, they'll take the 1. They love the 3, but they'll take the 1.
Exactly. So in already 4 matches into the season for Des Moines, now this their 5th. Already a 15-goal differential for them, plus 15 in favor of them. You have to imagine that now that they are tied in this match already, but the referees do elect to have halftime already, ending 1-1, Chicago City SC and Des Moines Menace here at Lions for Hope Sports Complex. And Kyle, it has been a very thrilling match here.
It sure has, and we're going to take a break. More soccer action and halftime analysis coming up on SBS.
Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your sponsor and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for including high school, your club team, or
Somebody gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at broadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen. O'Connor and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot and a goal. So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the Sports Broadcast Solutions is a network. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, pre-game interviews are available if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer. And
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, at Sports Broadcast Solutions, out and become digital world. Broadcast Solutions, broadcasting network for we brought sporting events of all ages, adult leagues, school leagues, and kids, complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast need, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Broadcasting Everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand
Good evening, everybody. Halftime about over. It's a 1-1 tie, and partner, Des Moines is leading Chicago in every category except the scoreboard. They lead in shots, 10-4, shots on target, 5 versus 1 for Chicago City.
Exactly. So, in Chicago City, done a great job thus far to keep Des Moines at bay. Although they have had all these shot opportunities, they have done an excellent job in trying to get in front of those interception and crossing passes to get in front of them and level this match and score just only the second goal allowed for the Menace overall in this season, with FC Wichita being the other team to only do so, and they only scored one just 2 matches ago against the Menace. So, going into this second half, you got to be feeling good if you're Chicago City SC, and if you're the Menace, you have to be wondering how they'll be able to respond on such a very different pitch than they might be used to in this Lions for Hope Sports Complex.
It's a different pitch. Like I said, there's gravel right on the far sideline, 10 meters away from where the line is, and not a lot of space on the far sideline. But look, you got to play with what you're given. The Oakland Coliseum is not exactly the most beautiful baseball complex, but teams find a way to beat the Athletics anyways. So same thing for Des Moines. You got to find a way to beat Chicago on a rugby pitch instead of a soccer pitch.
Exactly, partner. And just like in baseball and as well for soccer, obviously the pitches can vary in some variations. And so rugby pitches such as this one will obviously still work, but it's a much different style of play that you have to work with, as these sidelines are much skinnier than you would expect for a typical size soccer pitch. You have to imagine for both sides here, they're going to want to come out swinging again, as they did early in the first half, with Lagos Kunga getting that 5th-minute goal. But really after that, Des Moines was not really able to find too many other avenues to score, but they're attempting to do so now. But good defense being played thus far by Matthew Sinanu there in the middle for City.
Yeah, Sinanu has been great. Lagos Kunga has been the go-to guy right now for Des Moines. Goldthorpe has been great, but Kunga's been their go-to player, at least offensively. But for Chicago, like I said, look, you don't have to play a perfect game. You just got to find a way to score once and hold them, or just play very good defense, play a little conservative on offense, and take the 1-1 draw.
Exactly. So, especially when we saw in the first half with Goldthorpe, it was clearly in the back of the minds of all these Menace players to actually get those balls very close in towards the net for Goldthorpe and give him more opportunities to shoot and score, as he got 1 goal last match against Dutch Lions. But really, he hasn't had too many other opportunities besides his one officially recorded shot on goal. But now Menace trying to make an attempt here to get in front, but easily picked up. A great slide tackle there by City. Clicking right off the other Menace player boot there.
Yeah.
Got to be credited for Austin Jepson. Or excuse me, sorry. That would be for Des Moines Menace there. That'll be off them.
Yep.
And that would be Adrian Gamero, excuse me. So now a goal kick coming up for Jackson Wayman, who has been stellar thus far, making 4 saves, only allowing that 1 goal that Kunga had earlier in the match.
They like getting him a lot of minutes, partner. We saw last Sunday's game against Chicago House. They actually put in Wayman in the second half in the Midwest Premier League game, and Wayman looked good. Didn't get that many reps in practice, at least during the warm-ups. They put him in. He only gave up 1 goal, and it was off a crosser, off a great header by Alejandro Mentasti of Chicago House. But that takes a lot of confidence in your goalkeeper to put him in as a backup. Midwest Premier League, not as talented as the USL 2, but still, it's never easy to put in a backup that didn't get a lot of warm-ups going into the match.
Exactly. So, and especially with those Midwest Premier League teams, obviously you might consider them to be B-team players, but we've seen some of these players move up to the USL 2 level here, playing for Chicago City, playing very well. And the reason why we don't see Andres Vasquez again back in the net for Chicago City, partially due to because he had that collision late in the match against Springfield just a week ago when they won 4-2. So obviously now having Wayman there, making another good move there by his foot, getting that ball away from the net quickly. far in the season, you still have to give them credit for being able to have those shot opportunities and make those work. But it's also going back towards City, though. Their midfielders and as well as the defense have forced, like you said, those 45-degree angles, those tough, short-angle shots, not only on the far side of the post, but also sometimes here on the near for the broadcast angle that you'll see on our YouTube stream. But obviously a good play in the mid and defense there for City.
Over to the 40-meter played by Chicago. And guys to look out for, Bryce Blevins has been their go-to guy along with Sammy Sharaf. And for Des Moines, here we go again, Austin, arguing calls. The officials don't like it, but for Des Moines, look, it's big deal to have 3 points versus 1. And so when things happen, they're going to argue their case. But for me, and I'd like to have your opinion on it, I think they're arguing a little bit too much, and I'd like for them to see the play develop more.
You know, especially with the level of players that are on this pitch, obviously majority of these guys are all D1 players. They know exactly what kind of style soccer that is going to be expected of them here in a pre-professional league, And as well, you have to imagine that they're going to want to have the calls all go their way. You obviously would. But certainly you have to give it up to the ref. They're the ones making these decisions at the end of the day as well, and you have to go up with their judgment. You just hope that they would continue to call everything clean and fair and consistently, like we mentioned earlier in this broadcast. And a tough tackle there in the middle was Cade Hagan, collided with a Des Moines player, 2 of them down, one of them Yamazaki. And another Menace player visibly upset and seems to be not quite injured, needing trainer attention quite yet, but not really getting up too fast here, 52 minutes into this match.
You can argue the case on that. That was not needed by Chicago City. Not a red card, but a little too aggressive. But in the midfield, you can live with that if you're the coaching staff, if you're Charlie Latshaw and the coaching staff for Chicago. You never want to give up free kicks, but if you're going to give up one, midfield's fine. Inside the 40, okay. Inside the 22, absolutely not. But you want to stay aggressive because you'll take the 1-1 tie, but you got to still play to win, not to lose.
Exactly so, and that was Miguel Rodriguez, the one that was slow to get up there, but he is up and seems to be doing fine now, receiving a pass there in the middle. He's looking to make something happen, but there's a whole slew of City players awaiting him there. Here on the near side, Gamero gives it back in towards the middle. Goldthorpe trying to make something happen. Easily picked up by Cade Hagan. Another attempt here by Des Moines to keep going. Good possession there. Goldthorpe with a shot. Just goes wide right. That could have been a scary maneuver there, having Goldthorpe with a shot in front of Wayman, but easily, or just missed there by him.
Yeah, it was a good shot on net. Something that Chicago has to avoid. You can't avoid everything. There's no such thing as perfect when it comes to human beings. But yeah, for Chicago, for a very talented Des Moines offense, you have to avoid those 90-degree angle shots, because the problem with that is it forces Wayman to play both posts. When you force him into a 40-degree or 30-degree shot, he can hug the near post. In front, he just kind of has to guess where the shot's going to go.
So now City trying to make something happen here on the offensive side of the ball as Cade Hagan, the DePaul Blue Demon, passes it over there towards the far side. That'll be Bawa trying to make something happen, but easily picked up. Intercepted easily by the Menace. Now City will have to regroup and get back on defense. Adrian Gamero here on the near side. Trying to get it back in City territory. Playing a very conservative way now here. Trying to be have a much more methodical approach towards this match. And you'd have to imagine they would do so, especially after they were able to score early.
Yeah.
But their hopes were deflated very quickly whenever Chicago City's SC, Sammy Sharaf, was able to get that 28th minute goal.
It's something about this end, isn't it? We saw Chicago score twice after it looked like Springfield was going to squeeze by with the 2-2 tie. And then we saw Franklin and Cenero score some beautiful goals right in front of the net, by the way. And then we see a beautiful goal by Chicago. It's probably coincidence, but they seem to play a little bit better on this side going southbound than they do, going northbound than they do going southbound.
They certainly do. It is something about that north side there on this side of the pitch. The one with the Hope Academy logo eagle there in the middle of it.
Right.
We'll have to see if anything happens and see if Des Moines can actually respond and put another goal on the board.
And remember, they scored twice in the first half against Springfield, but one of them was an own goal going
correct.
southbound. So all of their goals have been regular goals. So they've scored 60% of their goals on the northbound. And you could actually consider it 3 out of 4 goals because it was an own goal, although it was a great pass to Hagen that if it didn't get touched by Namako, Hagen would have put it in the back of the net. But, yeah, for City, they play a little bit better on that side. But, look, you have to switch sides in soccer, so we'll see how they play going southbound.
Exactly, and you don't have those goal scorers in Cisneros and A.J. Franklin, who both scored on that north side of the pitch that you were mentioning. And a yellow card will be going against the Menace here.
Yeah.
And he seems to be obviously being shaken up and not approving of that call there as a very physical play. It's been occurring throughout this entire match, Kyle.
Yeah. Some of it is what happened on the play as I watch it right now on YouTube Live. He's getting legs, and if you want to see it too, Austin, I have it for you. But he's getting some of the leg. The other problem is you continually argue calls, and it doesn't help your case. Anything close, it could have been a regular free kick. Instead, they call the yellow card. And if Des Moines wasn't arguing as much, would he have called a yellow card there? I don't think so, but it doesn't help your case. The more times you argue, the more times the official's not on your side. As you can see it, so there was the header. It was kicked out in front. Well, I'll show you in a second, but here comes the free kick.
Free kick by Hagen, bending it far towards the post, headed over, and a rebounding goal there for Chicago City SC. They are now up 2-1 on the Des Moines Menace there. Lucas Ender is the one to get the goal for Chicago City SC. The Loyola Rambler now gets Chicago up on the board.
Any given Sunday, Al Pacino, eat your heart out. A beautiful free kick. Every call matters in the game of soccer. It was definitely a free kick. Was it a yellow card? It doesn't matter. It was a free kick regardless. Great pass, the header, and then the finish. 2-1 lead for Chicago. And now the pressure is on Des Moines. They're in a position they're not familiar with. They're on the road. They're in a pitch they're not familiar with. 2-1 lead for the Chicago City SC.
And like we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, Des Moines has been undefeated not only last year, but also going into this match for today. The last loss that they've had, obviously in the regular season, was in June 30th of 2021. But also, the only other loss that they've had was on PKs, Kyle, in 2022 to Flint City. So now they obviously are in a position that they have not typically ever been in. And you have to wonder how their head coach will actually be able to get his team regrouped for this one.
2-1 lead for Chicago City SC. Kyle Smith alongside Austin Wright. Text line's open, 330-957-7653, your favorite high school, college, or MLS memory. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. If you like what you've seen, go to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and we'll broadcast your next sporting event. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
And now, after everyone has regrouped and gotten back together here, it seems to be one of the players for Des Moines was really shaken up after that goal. That'd be number 12, Luka Nedic. One of the forwards that's been a key piece for them in this match. And a substitute will come on in his place as well. We will also have one of the Des Moines Menace players coming off, Haruki Yamazaki. He was just going towards the far side there.
Impressive, partner. Chicago City SC. You still want to be aggressive, play to win, not to lose. But from what you've seen, since the 15th minute, it's been all Chicago tonight.
You would certainly say so. But obviously, with all the shots that Des Moines has been putting up against City, it has been very impressive to see how they've responded, not only with the through balls, but also with those big crossing passes from players such as Kate Hagen. With another opportunity, Chicago has another great shot. Oh, what that could have been. That could have been a 3-1 lead there for Chicago. Kate Hagen, the DePaul Blue Demon, really wanted that one. It would have been a beautiful shot, but just a little bit off balance there.
Yeah, it was a nice try, though. Got it right in front. Like I said, that 90-degree angle shot right in front, perpendicular to the goal. Got it towards the net, but just too high on it. And now for Des Moines, now Chicago is pressuring and they're forcing Des Moines to go coast to coast, something they're comfortable with, but something they haven't had to do a lot this season.
You're exactly right, as Des Moines trying to find a way in towards that middle, but couldn't quite receive that one, didn't get enough control, and now City again trying to work quickly here to get yet another goal on their sheet. Right here on the near side, that was Bala. That could have been amazing, but a big interception there by Des Moines, a big block, I should say. Now City trying to regroup here, and a good slide tackle there for Des Moines to get that away as now, and they go back onto the attack. This is Goldthorpe looking for an opportunity. He's really wanting one this whole match, but just wide left there.
Good job by City. They forced him to the outside a little bit. It's so tough to go to the far post when you're going away from the net. All he had was the near post. It's either going to go off Wayman's gloves and become a corner kick, or it's just going to go wide of the net. He got too much on it, goes wide of the net, and an easy goal kick coming up for Chicago City.
Exactly so. Jackson Wayman not having to worry too much about that one, luckily, as Goldthorpe couldn't quite get the right footing for that goal shot. But you really have to give credit for Wayman, though, still being ready and willing to be able to save something of that magnitude with a screaming kick by Goldthorpe. Now a foul incurred there by Des Moines. It'll be a kick coming up for Chicago.
A win tonight would put Chicago City in first place in terms of winning percentage. Obviously, Des Moines would have more points since they played 3 more matches than Chicago. But it's important, getting the 3 points over 0 for Chicago City SC.
It absolutely is. And obviously Des Moines has a few games in hand, or Chicago does have a few games in hand, as Des Moines has already played 4 matches on this season. So Chicago certainly having a win against the current leader on the table in the division, but you know, you have to imagine what else they'll be able to do, because they've been playing very aggressive thus far in the second half.
And they've dominated most of their opponents. Good header there, but you look at their opponents, they defeated St. Charles FC 4-0, FC Wichita 3-0. Then they played them again, so they played a back-to-back. Then they won 3-1 since FC Wichita had immediate game film to draw from. And then they dominated Chicago Dutch Lions 5-0. So they're in a territory they're not familiar with. And good thing for Chicago City, they're taking advantage of it. And if they play good soccer for the next 30 minutes, they're going to get the victory.
Exactly so. And you have to imagine they'll just play a smooth, consistent game that, like they have been. But obviously the speed for both of these teams has been one of the deciding factors in whether or not these shot opportunities can continue to happen for either side. So we'll have to see if all these edge plays will actually be able to be fruitful for either side.
Good idea. You get into trouble, either kick it out, or if there's no forward cheating up on the play, get it back to Wayman and just play a little keep away. Obviously you want to be aggressive on offense, but if in doubt, play a little keep away and run some clock.
And now Gamiro here trying to make something happen. Going up against Gutierrez. Big cross going towards the middle. A shot opportunity for Menace. Well, easily picked up dutifully by the Chicago backline and Jackson Wayman. A big save there. That could have been another scary moment to have Des Moines Menace tie this one up.
Also use the post to his advantage. Got a friendly roll off the post. But yeah, Wayman is quick from post to post. Force him into a tough shot. That's what you're asking for as we go in the YouTube live chat. A lot of Des Moines fans, as you would expect. They're not going to make the drive out from Des Moines. They're saying 3-2 Des Moines. Look, I think it could happen. I think it could be 2-1. I think it could be 2-2. It's really anyone's game at this point. And Chicago has played so well that even the 2-2 draw, that would be more of a win for Chicago instead of a win for Des Moines.
And it definitely would. Really, any opportunity to get up on a team such as the Menace is massive for City. And now, of course, the pressure's on them, unfortunately for them, because now you would have thought that Menace would be able to come in here relaxed, ready to go. But still, it is a true road match. They've been on the road for 3 straight, including this one. So you have to wonder how tired they might be or anything like that, as they did just play 2 days ago against the Dutch Lions in Aurora, Illinois.
Yeah,
and so you have to wonder if that's playing a factor as well.
And you wonder, did they take Chicago City lightly? Were they looking ahead to the next matchup? Were they looking ahead to the Memorial Day weekend tomorrow, the holiday? I don't think so. I just think it's an interesting pitch. It's in an interesting area. And this is a Chicago City team that is more talented than we thought they were. And they were okay last year. They had a good finish to the season, and they've taken that play into this season. And the way they're playing tonight, partner, they could beat anybody in the Heartland Conference.
Absolutely, and you can tell by the athleticism not only from the strikers and forwards for City, but also their players for City pleading for a handball, and it looks like the refs will be calling. Well, we'll have to have some clarification on this one, partner.
By the way, guys, you probably know this, but if you don't, to watch it tonight in 720p, there's a little wheel at the bottom of the screen. Click on that wheel, and then click on 720p HD. So if you're wondering if it doesn't look as clear, that's because YouTube encodes everything in 360p. Click on the wheel to click on 720. It'll look a little clearer on your screen.
And after some discussion, that was indeed a handball. This will be a penalty kick awarded for Chicago, attempting to go up 3-1 on the Des Moines Menace. This a massive moment for Ernest Bawa.
Take your time. Get the kick you want. It's practically a guessing game. These players are so good at the USL 2 level that the ball goes too fast for the goalie to wait until it's kicked.
Bawa! He makes it 3-1 for Chicago City SC against the Des Moines Menace. What a beautiful, slow, but methodical stutter step goal for the UNC Tar Heel.
If you want to watch it if you want to watch any plays that have happened on the broadcast, just hit the rewind button, and you can see it as many times as you'd like. That's a key call. A handball, as I'm watching it right now, that goes the way of Chicago. It reminds me of the handball that wasn't called as Ireland, as it's right there on the screen. It's on the far side. He tried to lead with the chest, but kind of a defense mechanism. He put the hand up there accidentally.
Exactly. You saw him shrug those shoulders just a little bit and pull those elbows a little too high.
That's just a bad break. It's a bad break for Des Moines. But you know what? That's the rule, and until they change the rule, it's a penalty kick for Chicago, and Bawa took advantage of it.
He absolutely did, and a very interesting penalty kick maneuver there by Bawa to be very slow and methodical, stutter step tiptoe towards the goalie, and eventually make a quick striking move to the left side of Ryan Troutman in net. But now City SC putting Des Moines in a position, like we said earlier, that they have really never seen again. Now down 2 goals in a match that is a true road test for the Menace.
They haven't they haven't possessed the ball that much either. Nice lead pass out in front. And now for Des Moines, partner, you're going to have to speed things up. You're going to have to get it to your playmakers in Goldthorpe and Kunga quicker, and you'd like to score in the next 10 minutes if you can.
Exactly so. And all the edge play that we saw earlier in this match is something that's going to have to work out very well for the Menace as they try to make a big cross over there in the middle for Kunga to get his second goal of the season. But didn't quite get it in the right angle there. And now, good move there by the heady striker.
And the officials have to be ready for throw-ins and corners. Get ready quicker so you can give the ball to Des Moines so you give them a fair shot to get back into this game.
Now yet another corner coming in for Des Moines. Nothing really worked on that one. Not quite the rebound they were looking for as City continues to push that away. That'd be Cade Hagan attempting to get away, but Des Moines finding themselves back in towards the net. A shot there picked up by Wayman. Not quite the right angle that they want. No. Again, being forced to that far side, that hard angle of 45 degrees or more. And you really just can't imagine how they would want to keep shooting those shots. You've got to keep getting in towards the middle if you're the Menace.
I don't hate it, but if I'm going to shoot from that 30-degree, 40-degree angle spot, I probably want to go top shelf, because if I go low, it's probably going to be an easy save, and the rebound control for Wayman, he's proven that he has good rebound control. So try the top shelf. They've had some success with that. The low stuff just isn't working right now.
And so now after that quick movement there on the far side, Yamazaki couldn't quite retain possession of it, so Chicago will have another throw in here. This time, Ernest Menace will be the one to throw it. There's a bit of a tussle there near the far corner. It's 3v1 there for Chicago versus Des Moines. So now it'll be a goal kick coming up for Ryan Troutman.
Yeah, and Troutman's got to get into his set quicker, and you saw that there. He's going to have to do quicker dump-offs. And for Des Moines, now you have to consider, you don't want to do blind passes, but you're down 2 now. And Wayman's good enough that those 30-degree, 60-degree angle shots aren't going to work. So get your forwards up there quicker, send the ball. You don't want to do blind passes, but if you still haven't scored by the 75th minute, you're going to have to consider it because you got to score twice, considering how much extra time we're going to have.
So now City back in their own defense, trying to get it away from themselves in the box. Des Moines can't quite get it going there. Alejandre making a heady move to kick that out, and another corner coming up for Des Moines.
And that's not a bad idea by Chicago. You never want to give up corner kicks, but I think this is one of the situations now that you're up 2. Kick it out, set up your defense, and hope that you can get the ball away and not give up a header goal.
Certainly so, especially with these corners that have been coming up. You see the athleticism, the way that these players are able to jump so high in the air. As the ref stops in play here, having a word with some of the City players. Trying to make sure that they're all in the right positions there. But here, another corner kick coming up for Des Moines in the 71st minute. Too far and away. Couldn't find a good recipient, but the Menace will still keep this one. Lagos Kunga, the lone goal scorer for the Menace, has this one, trying to make a move. He has availability, but he just has that ball go outside.
Yeah,
It'll be a goal kick coming up for Wayman.
Yeah, good job creating separation. Got his defender going one way, he goes the other way. And now, are they going to say that Kunga pushed off, partner?
You know, the question could still go back to Michael Jordan as well. Did he push off? You know, who's to say? Yeah. But in this scenario, I'm not sure I would say that Kunga pushed off on that one. That seemed to be a clean act, but, you know, he really just couldn't quite get it going as we look again on the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I mean, it went off the side net anyways. It was going to be a goal kick regardless, but they did blow it dead right away before it went past the end line. But yeah, Des Moines in a situation here. Kind of reminds me of the 1980 semifinal between USA and Russia, where Russia was just not used to being down, and so they refused to pull their goalie, and they actually took out their starter after the U.S. tied it up. They took out Tretiak, and they put in the backup, and then they refused to take the backup out when they were trailing by 1 with about 8 minutes left in the third period. And I think Des Moines kind of in that spot. They're kind of in a position where, what do we do now? We're not used to this, and how can we come back when we're not used to being in this position?
So now, after some regrouping, Chicago will have an opportunity in Des Moines territory along those rugby crosses that you see on the pitch to be able to push it forward towards the box. A long cross there. City still retains it.
And you were saying, Austin, they've only lost 1 game in the past 2 seasons?
That's correct, in regular season play, Kyle.
Wow.
They played very well, Des Moines did, in the playoffs, but lost to Flint City in the semifinals of the USL 2 National Championships.
So what does that say about Chicago? Look, it's very early on in the season, and I don't want to jinx them, but you're about to beat a team, you know, knock on wood, broadcaster jinx, that went to the semifinals last season.
And a big shot there by Des Moines, another rebound, saved by Wayman initially, but another shot there on that second attempt looked very dangerous as well. Wayman has to be breathing a sigh of relief. A big moment for Menace to attempt to go only down 1 more goal instead of the 2 that they're already at.
Yeah, it was exactly what I was
coming in for City.
It was exactly what I was saying. They want to score at the 75th minute, and that's why they're hurrying up their offense, because they know, let's score at the 75th minute and then score at the 85th. And for Des Moines, you never want to say, hey, losing a game is fine, but sometimes it works for teams. When you've gone through the years of teams that lost a game and then end up winning Super Bowl, 85 Bears comes to mind. But it's good for Des Moines to deal with adversity because in the playoffs, every team is good. And so they lost in the playoffs last season, and now they know what it feels like to be down late in games to a team like Chicago City SC.
Exactly, and even though it is only the 75th minute in this match, it is still a lot that could happen for a pre-professional match here in the Windy City. But you still have to imagine that if Chicago City SC is able to hold on to this one, this would be a monumental victory for them. But still, Des Moines would have an opportunity for revenge as they play Chicago again on July 1st at their home stadium, Valley in West Des Moines.
That might be for first place in the conference. I mean, things could
Absolutely,
change.
partner.
This is only the second match for Chicago, but they look really good tonight.
They certainly do. And the athleticism, obviously, for both sides is showing, but certainly for Chicago, having a menagerie of players from not only that majority live in the Chicagoland area, but go to various different colleges. We've obviously mentioned some Loyola Ramblers as well as DePaul Blue Demons, but these D1 athletes, you can clearly tell how well that they are able to prepare for matches like this with their speed. Now Menace on the far side looking for something, but just not right in the right position there. Just going a little bit too fast, jump gun there. Offside's being called. It'll be a kick coming up for Chicago.
For Chicago, as you'd like. And for Des Moines, you have to decide, look, do we pressure our midfielders if they try to pass it back and forth? Do we cheat up our midfielders? Do we cheat up our defenders? If we give up one more goal, the game's over. But if we let them waste time, the game's over. If you do, darn if you don't situation. And for Chicago, you can play a little monkey in the middle and force Des Moines to pressure you, which will lead to odd man rushes on the other end.
Exactly so, partner. And like we were mentioning, obviously Des Moines has a few more games under their belt than Chicago, and therefore does have a lot more goal differential towards them. So you have to imagine Chicago's going to have to keep that in mind if they want to make the big playoff push later on in the season. And so already Chicago has a +2 differential, having won 4-2 against Springfield just about a week ago. A little bit here as a big cross is deflected easily by Alejandro. It'll be a corner coming up for Des Moines.
Well,
it was a tough angle. This could be a throw-in, partner.
No,
the referee does elect to say that it is going to be a corner here.
That's what I love about these pitch. You have these very well painted lines, so it makes it so much easier for the male refs to make the call.
Exactly. A big sweeping cross there for the corner for Des Moines, deflected by City. A far there by Adrian Gamiro. Just not quite the right angle. Good idea, but just not quite right in the middle. It goes wide right of the net. So now another corner coming up for Des Moines.
Yep, was last touched by Chicago, so another corner. And what you could consider, too, is a set piece, a little tap pass, and then a pseudo corner closer to the net. Not a good crosser there. And now for Des Moines, you have to consider, what have we worked on in practice? What do we feel comfortable with? What do we not feel so comfortable with? And it's obvious that you've shown plays that you feel comfortable with and they haven't been working. Now do you show off the playbook, or do you just wait until later on in the season because you don't want to show too much on offense, knowing that we still have to play this team again, we still have more matches, we don't want to show too much of the playbook, even though this game is starting to get away from us.
Exactly so, partner. And luckily for Des Moines, they do get to go back home and regroup. In about 2 weeks or so, they will be hosting Springfield ASC and have plenty of time to regroup, readjust, and find ways in practice to just continue to get those balls towards the net. They've obviously had a lot of great shot opportunities throughout this entire match, but now the question remains how they're able to go through and be able to get through the back lines, such as teams with Chicago City SC. But now for Des Moines, you have to imagine with all the speed that they have, that they would be a little bit more aggressive with some of these maneuvers. But obviously, Chicago is able to read those balls very easily and get towards them quickly with their equal speed. But Goldthorpe, right on the far side, a high shot. Just a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog for him. He really did not have quite the right angle on that ball. He got a little bit too far under it, clearly.
How long were you holding that punt in?
Oh, partner, it's a Windy City. You know we have to talk about hot dogs at some point during the broadcast, right?
It is. Do you know why it's called the Windy City?
A couple reasons, actually.
Well,
obviously, I've learned because of the Lake Michigan wind effect, chilling effect.
Not at all.
But also, I've learned the politicians.
Yeah,
as well
that's exactly why it's called the Windy City. But it does get windy off Wrigley Field. It gets so windy, in fact, a coworker of mine
she went to a Cubs game in July, and her grandmother said, "Make sure to bring your sweater." And she was like, "Grandma, it's July." But that's how cold it gets off the lake at Wrigley Field. And, of course, at Soldier Field as well.
True, but I can't imagine that it would be as windy or cold and brutal as San Francisco, because as Mark Twain once said, the coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. So you have to imagine that players are able to adjust in some of these environments that might be a little bit windier than other cities in America. But already 81 minutes into this match, Des Moines and Chicago both playing incredible games thus far. But for Chicago, they've had a great opportunity on this past goal, getting the penalty kick with an unfortunate moment for a handball against Des Moines as the refs stop play here and award another booking, another yellow card against Des Moines. And this time it looks like it might be for unsportsmanlike conduct against Goldthorpe there. Elliot Goldthorpe, that is, number 18 for them.
Yeah, for Des Moines.
Clearly frustrated.
Yeah, and I get it. Things haven't gone your way, but you have to play within yourselves, and you can't argue with the refs. When you do that, it just doesn't help your cause. And you've seen that today. Was it a yellow card near us? I don't think so. It's very iffy.
It very well is. And you're talking about that 34th minute yellow card against Yamazuki. An attempt there for City.
And that's fine. Just waste time. You get a goal there, the game's over. You don't get a goal, it forces Des Moines to go end to end. But you have to play within yourself, because when you keep arguing with the refs, anything close, they're going to remember that, and they're going to hold it against you. Now, they're not going to call a yellow card when it's not a yellow card, but they're going to remember that anything close, and they know that you're not on their side, it doesn't help your case.
And certainly, so even if it wasn't directly pointed at the ref, you certainly can't have foul language going against players that is with any malicious intent, because the referees are obviously, especially in the beautiful game, they're obviously going to call that out immediately and have that go against you, because you have to play clean. And it's sportsmanlike conduct just to keep it clean. And you obviously, especially when you're talking about seasons such as soccer, you rack up too many yellow cards.
Right.
That's going to hurt you eventually.
You know, the great Jeff Van Gundy said it best. Why don't we just have an NBA game?
And partner, it looks like we also have another yellow card being awarded against Chicago City FC. That's Juan Gutierrez here on the near side.
That's
surprising.
surprising.
Having some chatty words to some of the other players on the pitch.
Yeah. Look, Des Moines knows the game's getting away from them. Their best chance is Chicago to get frustrated, and they be called for yellow and red cards. So, for Chicago, just play within yourselves. The game is most likely yours at this point. Play a little keep away, waste time. As Juan Gutierrez, you know he's frustrated, because when the captain's being called for yellow card, you know that he must have heard something from Des Moines that he didn't like.
Exactly so. That one goes out and called offsides either way. And so Chicago will have another goal kick opportunity coming up here.
It's getting chilly. When are we out? You know, it gets cold here. I know you were talking about how her grandmother was being a little bit over the top about the sweater in July. It gets so cold in Illinois. I was only like 7 at the time. We were having a pool party. We got firewood, and we put firewood for a June pool party. We were huddling around the firewood. It gets cold in Illinois in the summer, man.
You know, partner, I would not doubt that at all, especially... my family and I recently just did a bit of a sightseeing tour.
Yeah.
Obviously, got to do the touristy stuff around here. But one of the funny things that one of the tour guides mentioned, obviously to your point about it being cold here, he called Chicago, this one I had never heard of, Chiberia.
Yeah.
Chiberia, which I honestly I could see that with how brutal the winters here with the lake effect snow, but
it is
that does happen here.
If the Bears ever get good again and you want to come back to Chicago, we'll go to a Bears game, a playoff Bears game. It's something else when the snow hits Soldier Field. And when they move to Arlington, because I think it's going to happen, it'll be the same, but it won't be the same because you won't get the lake effect snow in Arlington Heights. But then again, the Bears are never in the playoffs, so you don't have to worry about the lake effect snow in January.
Well, you never know, partner. They made some good moves in the offseason. They seem to be on the right direction.
I've heard that before, many a time.
Well, that's fair. I'm sure plenty of other teams have too, but now Kunga had a speeding moment there for them himself, trying to get a second goal on his day. But clearly Chicago finding easy avenues to intercept his movements and passes.
Yeah, they're
quickly punted away, and obviously for Chicago, they're going to continue to keep doing that and continue to waste time. And obviously, partner, what we saw early in the first half with the amount of stoppages that we had, there really wasn't much extra time put on the clock by the referees. Obviously, it's up to their discretion, but you can't imagine that too much extra time will be going on for this second half as well.
No, we haven't seen the only stoppages. By the way, the stoppage time would help Des Moines, and they've been arguing with the refs. That's a nice shot.
A big shot opportunity for Des Moines, but saved by Jackson Wayman. A big kick by him to get that away.
Sportsmanship hasn't been great for either side, but Des Moines been a little bit worse. I'd say Chicago C+, and for Des Moines a D+, D- on the sportsmanship. And that's definitely affected Des Moines a little bit, as there have been a couple of yellow cards issued against them.
Well, and that's what happens when you're playing such an aggressive team in Des Moines and as well as Chicago. They have those big personalities and a lot of speed that you have to deal with. You're obviously going to get frustrated with one another at some point or another. So those are all going to come to a head. But obviously, the frustrations clearly happen at some point or another, as Chicago had 3 yellows in just their last match against Springfield, with Des Moines having a few of their own against Dutch Lions in their last matchup on this little road trip that they're on.
Over the
Great
sideline.
interception tackle there by Ernest Mensah Jr. on the far side. And again, another credit to the center midfielders as well as the defense.
Just one of those games. Des Moines, they played okay. They're going to have to learn that things aren't going to go their way. Try not to chirp at the officials as much. And you're going to have to learn there are some times you have to give up on the play, like that free kick. Nice pass out in front.
Great pass. Goldthorpe with a shot. What could have been, but Jackson Wayman with a fantastic save.
I think we found out who our man of the match is. Credit to the PK that Chicago had. That put one away. But the reason why Chicago's only given up 1 goal, it's that young man wearing the yellow and and green in Jackson Wayman.
Absolutely. The USF Bull that played just last season there, he's been fantastic between the pipes. He absolutely has to be, at least not, if not the first star, maybe the second star of the match, maybe even the man of the match himself. But overall, he's been fantastic for Chicago. And you have to imagine he'll keep playing in net farther along into the season.
Yeah, there's a reason why during that game against Chicago House, they took the starter who was actually pretty good. They put him on the bench because they knew Wayman could be the closer, the finisher of the match.
A big heady save there in the middle by a Chicago defenseman. Des Moines still trying to make something happen here late, but thwarted yet again by the back line of Chicago. Des Moines still staying relentless themselves, trying to find some sweeping passes into the box. They are pleading their case for a handball, but nothing doing. The referees say play on. Another shot there. That was Henry Sack for Des Moines. And Des Moines doing all they can, because obviously if the first half was any indication, there may not be too much extra time for them to work with, as it is already now into the 89th minute of this match.
Wow. The goalkeeper's been great in Wayman, but taking one for the team many a time for Chicago City, helping out their goalkeeper.
Exactly. So another header there for Des Moines, not able to do it there. Corey Cupid was the one on that one, just pushed it a little too far left.
And even though his name is Cupid, I was not in love with that crosser.
Oh my goodness, that was good though.
That was good?
That was good.
Was that a 10 out of 10?
That was good. Hey, you know what? You got to make do with the rosters that you're given.
Yeah,
and, when you have a name like Cupid.
I got you at least once, right?
How about Troutman, partner? You think he's been fishing too much? You think he's been fishing too much, trying too much in the box?
There you go. He's fishing for that win, but no success. How long you been holding that one in?
Let's say about 10 seconds here. Since I tried to yank out Troutman's name from looking at the roster sheets we have in front of us, partner.
Now, if Lucas Ender had scored a couple of games, you could call this, if this soccer game became a movie, we could call it Ender's Game.
That's very true. Yeah, great movie, by the way.
Yeah, very good.
Great book, too. Chicago pushing it towards the middle of the box. Met quickly by the Menace back line. There'll be a goal kick coming up. And you have to imagine that they are going to be pushing as fast as they can, a high press, to get another goal. But obviously a tie, especially with the limited amount of extra time that was given in the first half, this would be something of a miracle if Des Moines was even going to attempt to tie this, as we're already approaching the 91st minute here.
It's been a fun one in Des Moines. Final reminder for the text line, your favorite MLS, college or high school memory, text 330-957-7653. So I'll let you call it, partner. I mean, we talked a lot about Wayman. Who would be your second and third stars? I'm assuming Bryce Blevins would be in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Bryce Blevins, the Michigan player, he's certainly been a very important piece for this team, having great passes in the midfield as well as Cade Hagan. But I've really loved to play from Cade Hagan, not only him, but also Ernest Bawa. I mean, his PK, that was fantastic. You have to give him credit for that one. But, you know, it's really just if you could give their whole midfield core one of those stars, I would certainly give it to them.
They shut down Goldthorpe and Kunga. Kunga scored, and after that, it was all Chicago City on defense. And, of course, it doesn't hurt having that young man between the pipes, but it was a total team effort. If I had to pick one player, Jackson Wayman. But, yeah, you could pick any of these players, including Bawa's penalty kick, to make it 3-1, and it's just been a team effort. It's a complete team win tonight for Chicago City.
It absolutely is. And just like we saw in the match against Springfield, it was a total team effort. You saw the strikers move exactly where they needed to throughout that entire match, although they didn't have some of the most typical goals that you would have ever seen. Obviously, with having a PK from Torellis early on, as well as Cisneros later in the match, and A.J. Franklin having, I wouldn't say a garbage time goal, but a very late goal to put it to 4-2 in that one. So clearly, Coach Latshaw III has obviously gotten a very good system and a very good method of trying to rally his players around, keeping a 4-3-3 throughout much of these times. And overall, he's done a fantastic job of making sure that these teams can get some wins and push themselves farther up the table.
By the way, we will post the full game stat crew stats after the game onto the Twitter account for Sports Broadcast Solutions. We appreciate Antonio, one of the interns, doing live stats for us. It was 1-0 Des Moines Austin, then 3 unanswered goals, including one of them being a PK. Jackson Wayman, he stole the show with some fantastic saves, forcing them to go far post, hugging the near post. And just Des Moines didn't have it offensively tonight. But really, everybody stepped up. They're going to feel it tomorrow. There might be a couple of bruises on those legs. They were hitting the spot where the shin guard doesn't go, but they got in the way of those shots, and they were helping out Wayman.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, especially with the aggressive nature and physical nature of this entire match. Yeah, you have to imagine that both of these sides are going to want as much rest as possible, which they both will, as Chicago City SC's next match will be on June 3rd when they have to go on the road to Peoria, Illinois, where they will face Peoria City, who is a first-time Heartland Division member. And now, another slide tackle there on the far side. You know, just some of these extra minute opportunities coming for Menace. They're trying to find any way possible to get back on the board again, but, you know, partner, it's really just not too much doing thus far. But you really have to speak about the resiliency of Chicago to have to come back from going down 1 and score 3 straight unanswered. Obviously, that last goal for the PK was a bit controversial, but clearly the refs saw something in it and for them to actually award that handball PK. And so clearly that put the nail in the coffin. Nice long save again by Wayman.
Sometimes the handball is called. There's a lot of Irish soccer fans. The handball was not called. If it was called, Ireland would have gone to the World Cup. I think this was the 2014 World Cup. Just Google it. It was nuts, but they did not call the handball, and you saw it on replay. It clearly was one. That's what happens. And in the USL, too, we don't have instant replay yet. We have it on our YouTube account, but the refs don't have the ability to go to it. So what they see is what the call is. And look, if they don't call the handball there, it's still a 2-1 lead. And the way Wayman's playing, it still probably could have been a 2-1 win for Chicago City. But that changed the game, the PK, and you could see just the disgust in Des Moines thinking, oh, man, we have to come back from 2 now, and we haven't been able to do anything on Wayman to this point. The PK definitely changed the game, but did it automatically lead to a Chicago City victory? No, it did not.
No, and certainly not, especially with Des Moines having almost double the amount of shots that Chicago did in this match. You really do have to give credit continually to Jackson Wayman there between the pipes to have the mental fortitude to not get disrupted too much mentally there and just continue to play his game and find ways to stay in front of the ball and not read too many hips and get caught up in the action so much. So he obviously had a fantastic match throughout this.
Don't go anywhere. The post-game show brought to you by SBS. It'll be Rafael Gonzalez on post-game interview duties. 3-1 win as we get closer to the final whistle by the ref. This would be a heck of a goal if they could score in the next 30 seconds.
Exactly so, partner. We've already got now 5, counting on 6 minutes of extra time for this second half here. So you have to wonder how much more the refs will allow if Chicago can still keep it out of the way of their net. But
I mean,
going out of bounds is still continuing on, partner.
This is such an impressive victory for Chicago. You look at the previous games that Des Moines has played, the most that somebody scored on them is 1. Even if you don't count the PK, 2 goals for Chicago City. I know they're at home. We'll see how Chicago plays at Des Moines, more of a natural soccer pitch. But for now, this is the pitch we're playing at. Chicago's been phenomenal.
They absolutely have. And a tough one there. Could have been another moment there for Chicago to continue on. The ref blows that final whistle, and Chicago City SC wins 3-1 against Des Moines Menace, one of the most intimidating teams in all of USL League 2, having won 2 national championships, just one 2 years ago themselves, having an undefeated season last year, and up until this point, they are handed their first regular season loss in about 2 years. An incredible win for Coach Latshaw and his crew.
It was. They were down 1-0. When they scored, partner, I thought Des Moines was going to win this game 3-0. I really did. It felt like that. And then the adjustments that Latshaw and his assistant coaches made were great. And you saw that Chicago City was mixing things up. They were bringing midfielders back on defense. They were attacking when they needed to. They were changing things up in terms of their passes, in terms of their dribbling moves, and it led to goals. And it put Des Moines out of sorts, and they got the breaks. Sometimes it's just about getting the breaks. They got the handball they needed. It happens, and you know, the soccer gods were on Chicago's side a little bit tonight. We'll see what happens their next match. Maybe things regress to the mean, and the things go in terms of the soccer gods going the way of the other team that Chicago City plays. But for now, the soccer gods were slightly on Chicago's side tonight, and you know what? They took advantage of it. You can get the breaks, but you still have to take advantage of those breaks to get the victory, and Chicago did that tonight.
They absolutely did. And that rematch on July 1st will be an absolutely massive moment for the Heartland Division. We'll have to see, obviously, how much the table changes between that time, but until then, you have to imagine that Des Moines is going to have this one hanging over their head for quite a while, because we really cannot understate how massive of a win this is for Chicago, because this really disrupts any momentum that Des Moines had throughout this season as they went 4 straight unbeaten until this point.
So we'll take a break, and post-game show coming up next. But for our excellent crew, for Antonio, for Austin Wright, for Rafael Gonzalez, I'm Kyle Smith. That does it for our play-by-play broadcast. The post-game show with Rafael Gonzalez coming up next here on SB.
Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. Ready to have your next sport feel like CBS Sports? Then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it.
It's October 26th, 1991. Game 6 of the 91 World Series at the Metronome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's an unlikely matchup between the Atlanta Braves and the Minnesota Twins. The Twins won the World Series just 4 years ago, but like the Braves, they weren't supposed to be here. Kirby Puckett is at the plate, and you might know what happens next on this 2-1 pitch. And for that, I'll give you a virtual high five due to your ability to use the internet. But for those of you who don't want to cheat via Wikipedia or BaseballReference.com, let's get in that DeLorean and crank it to 88 miles per hour. It's time to travel back in time, or as SB Nation would say, let's rewind. The 1991 Fall Classic was far from straight chalk when it comes to the gambling mindsets of sports bettors. According to TampaBay.com, the Braves were once 250-1 odds-on favorites to win the World Series. If you bet $100 on the Twins in spring training, that was a great bet, as they were 100-1 odds to win it all. In fact, both teams finished in last place in their respective divisions the year prior. The Braves were actually in the National League West back then, and although they'd be dominant in the later part of the decade, the beginning of the 1990s wasn't friendly to Bobby Cox's team. The first year of the 90s saw the Braves finish the regular season at just 65-97, but general manager John Schuerholz saw something in Cox, and the fiery skipper became the head honcho on June 23, 1990, replacing Russ Nixon. It didn't lead to an improvement when it came to wins. The Braves were 25-41 when Nixon received the pink slip, and they finished the year 26 games out of first with Cox as the manager. Still, the players seemed to respond to the 50-year-old skipper the next season. The Braves were notably better, but a World Series appearance still seemed very unlikely on July 11th. A .500 record at just 40-40, the Braves were on the cusp of being sellers at the trade deadline. But then something happened. The Braves just refused to lose. An incredible 54-28 finish to the season saw the Braves 4 wins away from a National League pennant. They clinched the division on a second-to-last of the season, with the Braves remaining in first place from September 20th until the clincher on October 5th. The stunned Los Angeles Dodgers couldn't believe it. How could a Braves team who were at .500 practically halfway through the season keep them from an NL pennant? As for the Braves themselves, next came the Pittsburgh Pirates, led by Silver Slugger Barry Bonds. If the regular season was crazy enough for Atlanta sports fans to start believing, the 1991 National League Championship Series was something we probably won't ever see again. 4 shutouts took place in the series, including 3 1-0 shutouts. The Pirates were the heavy favorites to advance to the World Series. A 98-win team, the Pirates won the division by an easy 14 games. John Smiley won 20 games for the Buccos, the last time a Pirates pitcher won 20 games during the 20th century. Doug Drabick was the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner, and with Bombs and Bobby Bonilla still in the primes of their careers, there's no way that Bobby Cox's Cinderella story could still wear their gold slipper going into the championship round, right? Wrong. Tom Glavine, the 1991 NL Cy Young winner, was on this Braves team, but he actually underperformed in the series. Game 1 went to the better-seeded Pirates, a well-deserved 5-1 win to the higher seed as the Pirates scored the game's first 5 runs. Glavine was the loser in this one by walking 3 batters and giving up 4 unearned runs. Atlanta's David Justice hit a leadoff homer in the top of the 9th inning, but it was just too late as the Pirates took a 1-0 series lead. The Braves found a way to split the first 2 games at Three Rivers Stadium, with Steve Avery leading the way to a 1-0 shutout. Game 3 was all Braves. A 10-3 win as John Smoltz was the much better pitcher in the Braves' first home playoff game in nearly a decade. But games 4 and 5 were won by the Pirates, including a seemingly back-breaking 1-0 shutout victory in Atlanta. Zane Smith led the way for Pittsburgh in Game 5, and with their backs against the wall, Atlanta had to somehow win both games on the road to make their first World Series since arriving in the capital of Georgia. The Braves just wouldn't let their dream season die. Not only that, but they held the Pirates scoreless for the last 22 innings of the series. From the top of the 6th in Game 5 until the final out in Game 7, the Pittsburgh Pirates couldn't muster a single run. A 1-0 crushing defeat in Game 6 saw the Pirates 1 win away from elimination, and after the Braves scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning during Game 7, the Buccos offense went ice cold down the stretch. Steve Avery stole the show. He didn't give up a single run in his 2 starts. 16 2/3 innings pitched for the young stud on the mound, and he of course won NLCS MVP. But the Braves weren't the only weird newcomer to the postseason party. Just 4 years earlier, the Minnesota Twins were World Series champions. Gone were the days of Harmon Killebrew and Rod Carew, but these new Twinkies were still fan favorites. Kirby Puckett, a former junior college player, led the charge in center field. But interestingly enough, not a single player on the Twins had 100 runs batted in during the 91 regular season. The Twins weren't a team known for power. Puckett only drilled 15 homers in 1991, a huge contrast to the 1987 squad when he hit 28 homers. The 1991 Twins were scrappy, annoying, and hard to beat. Designated hitter Chili Davis was the only Twin with over 25 home runs, and the lone 20-game winner on the pitching staff wasn't future Hall of Famer Jack Morris. That distinction went to Scott Erickson. Still, the Twins cruised to an AL West Division title by commanding 8 games. And after dismantling the Toronto Blue Jays in just 5 games during the ALCS, it looked like the Twins had the upper hand for the 1991 World Series crown. After all, the Braves barely squeezed into the World Series, while the Twins looked like the far more superior team. But the World Series started anyway, with Cox proving to the rest of the world that he would become one of the game's all-time great managers. Down in an early 0-2 hole, the Braves looked like a completely different ball club when they flew back to Atlanta. 3 straight victories at the old Fulton County Stadium, including a 14-5 convincing victory over the seemingly unbeatable Twins, put the Twins in major trouble. Just like that, Tom Kelly's squad looked all but done. The problem was, they weren't. Plus, they still got to go back home for Games 6 and 7, assuming they could force a Game 7. The 1991 World Series became one of the all-time greats, and Game 6 was no exception to the rule. The Twins struck first with 2 ball players crossing home plate in the bottom of the first inning. The Braves seemed to have the momentum back after Terry Pendleton hit a 2-run bomb in the top of the 5th. Determined to play Game 7 at the old Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, the Twins got the lead back in the bottom of the frame. And after battling to a leadoff walk, Don Gladden stole second base. A couple of flyouts later, including the sacrifice fly by Puckett, gave the Twins the lead back. But don't count these Braves out. Up by a run in the top of the 7th, Kelly allowed starting pitcher Scott Erickson to run back out there. But after a leadoff single to Mark Lemke, Kelly had no choice but turned to Mark Guthrie. Guthrie started off okay with a strikeout to Jeff Blauser, but then location and accuracy came to bite him in the butt. A walk to Lonnie Smith, including a can't-have-it wild pitch, put Kelly in a tough spot. Guthrie was able to jam Terry Pendleton, but with Chuck Knobloch playing a double play depth, Pendleton's little nubber got enough of the AstroTurf to give him ample time to claim the infield single. Just like that, we have bases loaded, and Kelly was forced to go to the bullpen yet again. In came Carl Willis. It was also decision time for Kelly. Should he bring the infield in, bring in the corners and play double play depth, or play double play depth around the infield? The Twins decided to play back with the middle infield, and it cost them. Ron Gant's ground ball in between the third base and shortstop hole allowed him to beat out the fielder's choice, and the Braves were once again in business.
Gant with a good jump out of the box just beats the play.
A 3-3 tie with runners on the corners. Willis was in a huge pickle, but he threw a devastating 2-2 off-speed pitch to Davis Justice to get him to swing and miss. The lead was gone, but the tie still remained. The Twins had a golden opportunity to retake the lead in the bottom of the eighth. Puckett stole second base with 2 outs, but Shane Mack couldn't drive him in. Nobody got close to tying it in the ninth, so Braves fans had to wait until extra innings to see if their team would be sipping the champagne in the locker room. Remember, this was a big deal for Braves fans. Atlanta hadn't won a World Series since relocating from Milwaukee, and the city of Atlanta had never seen a professional sports team win a championship up to this point. Atlanta nearly obtained their first lead of Game 6 in the top of the 10th. A leadoff single by Pendleton looked to be great for the Braves, but a stolen base attempt, or perhaps a hit and run, led to a slow-moving...
Welcome to the post-game show here on Sports Broadcast Solutions at Chicago City. We're victorious by the final score 3-1 over Des Moines. I'm standing right next to the goalkeeper of Chicago City, Jackson Wyman. And Jackson, today was an incredible performance by you, making 10 saves. Just talk about how, after you guys gave up the opening goal, you guys started to build confidence, particularly yourself, behind the net.
Yeah, I mean, we went down early where our backs were against the wall at home, but everyone came in and brought us together, and we said, we got this. This is our home field, and we grew in confidence. The boys were playing great after that, and I mean, everyone put in a shift. I'm so proud of everyone.
And would you say after today that this was one of the best games you ever played behind the net?
It's up there. I mean, it's a good one. Definitely a great way to start the summer here with all the guys.
And alongside me as well as Matthew Senonu. Matthew, such a critical win for you guys against the Des Moines team that has been one of the best teams in the USL too for the past few years. Just how much confidence does it give you guys from here on out to the rest of the season?
Yeah, well, we already knew from the beginning that we were a really talented group. We got a lot of hardworking guys. I mean, we've all known each other for a long time. So, yeah, this win definitely gives us a lot of confidence. You know, we came in, this team were apparently there's some really good teams. So we wanted to come in, make a statement, let them know it's our house. And from here on out, we know that we can beat anybody, in the USL too. And that, we're coming for the top spot.
And how good does it feel knowing that you guys are still getting used to playing with each other, and to be able to build chemistry just like that early on?
Yeah, well, like I said, we already know each other pretty well. Even in training, it's just great energy. We gel together really well. It's a great environment. We're all friends. So our chemistry's kind of just fell into place because of that, and I think that really showed today.
It's been the post-game show here from the Alliance Sports Complex with Rafael Gonzalez signing out.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen. O'Connor and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.